I'm gonna try to make this quick because it's kind of late and my roommates probably think I'm really weird just standing out here talking to myself. So I am now a year and 2 months, or 14 months, on testosterone. My last update, I believe I was still working at the French pastry store, which I am not anymore. Now I am cleaning houses, which is pretty cool. It's pretty interesting. Everyone there is great. They're really great people. It's weird because I'm kind of stealth, essentially, right now at work. So no one knows that I'm trans. It's not necessarily something that I'm actively trying to conceal. Like, if it came up, I wouldn't deny it, but it's still, I want to be cautious, and it's still kind of a new job. I've only been there for like about a month and a half, and so I feel like it's best, at least for now, to keep it not secret, but from being like a thing. It's kind of stressful just because I do not like hiding things from people or feeling like I'm being dishonest. And I'm also really not good at it. I'm terrible at lying. But a lot of times I feel like I'll start saying something, but then I'll realize that I'm about to out myself, and then I have to, I don't know, just keep it down. When they interviewed me, one of the things they said to me was, if we hire you, you're gonna be working with all women, like all of our cleaners are women. How do you feel about that? And I was like, that's fine. I think I can handle it. Didn't really know what to say. In other news, as some of you may know, I've been trying to get my passport updated, both my name and my gender marker. And for a while I was fighting with my endocrinologist to get the letter to change my gender marker for months and months, and their office just was not wanting to help me out, and it was a very bad experience. The thing is, like, he didn't want to give me the letter because he's not actually mainly an endocrinologist. He's a plastic surgeon, so he makes 90 whatever percent of his money from surgery. So he was trying to get me to buy surgery from him before he would let me have the letter, even though when I had first gone to see him, he promised me that he would write the letter for me and do whatever things that he could do to help me out. He seemed very nice when my mom was sitting there with me. His office was just, oh, well, you have to get surgery before you can get your gender marker changed on your passport, and which you don't. So I came back at them with like, oh, actually, I looked into that, and they updated their policies in 2010, and they now state this, and and I was very prepared. I'd done my research, and so they just kept coming up with excuses, and that's what he was doing in his last visit. He was just throwing out these things, and he got desperate enough at one point to tell me that, oh, well, really the reason that I can't write it for you is because if you get arrested, then you'll go to a men's prison, also implying that I would get arrested for whatever reason. And if, say, a hypothetical version of you in some hypothetical parallel universe went to a men's prison, then you would be raped and murdered. So that was fun. It was a very unethical visit, but I got through it. He was using these ridiculous scare tactics, and I managed to fight back hard enough so that eventually it got to the point where he ran out of excuses that he could pretend were legitimate excuses without just straight up saying, I'm not giving you the letter because I want you to give me money for surgery first. So he finally wrote me the letter, and so I did all the research on what to do for gender marker changes on your passport, and I went into the clerk of court all prepared with different forms and all my IDs. I have all my stuff together. Here is exactly what you need. Do your bureaucracy thing. Let me live my life. And the lady at the counter was like, oh, no, I can't do that. You have to mail it in, which you can't with a gender marker change. You can't do the mail-in kind. I was like, oh, well, it's not just a name change, it's a gender marker change too, which you have to do in person. She got very offended that I seemed to be telling her how to do her job or something. And she was very defensive and insistent, saying that, no, I have to do it this way. And so I was like, fine, and I mailed in my passport with the form she told me to mail in, along with a check for $110. And I just got a letter from them saying, oh, you didn't do this right. You have to do these things now and give us this much more money and take these forms to here and fill out this form and do this, and saying that I needed a letter from a physician saying these things, which I provided. So I don't know if they're saying the letter wasn't right, which I hope isn't the case, because I don't want to have to interact with that doctor or any of their staff again, because that was not a good experience. But I did switch endocrinologists. She seems really nice. I'm sorry, am I being loud? I feel weird just like talking out here alone. To
Are you making a
nothing.
video?
Yeah. I'm taking footage for it.
Okay, cool.
And it's weird trying to like talk to a
What?
picture
You've
of
been
me.
doing this for like how long?
I know, but it's still, it's weird like every time.
Whatever.
I mean, I eventually-
Your, like, charismatic self. That's like easy.
I eventually get into it, but when I first start, I like don't know how to approach this camera. I'm like,
Hello, old friend.
it's been a while since I made a video.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Bye.
A lot of stuff happened.
Oh my god, can we just post that? Can you just have a video that's just like, sorry, it's been a while
Sorry,
since I made a video, and then like you stand there for a little while and you're just like, bye.
Bye. I'm telling them about my experience with this doctor whose name I won't mention yet because I might have to deal with them again.
I thought that was already taken care of.
So did I, but the passport people sent me back a letter saying, oh, you didn't do the thing right, so you have to do more stuff now, and we need a letter from you that says these things, even though I sent them exactly that. So I have to, like, call and talk to someone and, I don't know, try to sort shit out.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It should not be this hard.
No, it shouldn't.
This is why self-determination is a thing. Fuck it, fuck it, fuck it.
So anyway, but yes, so this new doctor, this new endocrinologist, she switched me over to androgel to try from injections, because I told her about this incident that happened like a couple months ago, I don't know, something. I was sitting out here with my roommates and I did my injection and then I blacked out. Like I literally actually blacked out. I was unconscious. I woke up to my roommates standing over me like, my one roommate was reaching for her phone, like about to call the hospital. I was out for like a good 30 seconds. I just remembered waking up to them calling my name. So that was pretty scary, and I am not really sure what that was about, but the androgel seems to be working fine, and I don't have to have weird anxiety attacks about sticking sharp objects into my flesh regularly. Slowly growing more facial hair, small amount more muscle. I think it's a pretty noticeable difference. This thing. This is much more defined here. Do you like my wall? I like it. Someone asked me to do another singing voice comparison, which I've been meaning to do, but I don't have anything prepared right now. So I promise to try to do that soon when I have time. Okay, well, I have this thing. No, it's for vegetables. Bye.